Uh, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Harakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of great most honorable wall, and Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth. Um, yeah, just saw this article. I thought I'd just go into it because, the time of things as they are, it really lets you know, like, the elites, they're not gonna slow their pace in any significant form or way. They've essentially kind of they're at a place where they're looking to get their shit stuck in, as immediately as possible. So got this on Real Clear Politics. So it was like President Joe Biden. There's going to be a new world order. It hasn't happened in a while, and America has to lead it. And that's like the spirit of where these elites are at. They've kind of got, they've basically got things in a state now where they're able to push forward with a lot more than they were, like, 3-5 years ago. You can see they're more or less um, like Russia. They're keeping the foot on the pedal when it comes to of course, keeping the foot on the pedal when it comes to these people. Because I was trying to find a clip, but it's like 15 minutes long.
We have, not only you, but around the world. And for the first time on that subject, let me say this. For the first time that Putin began massing troops along the Ukrainian...
Yeah, that's yeah. It's a bit too long, but it says what President Biden, the former senator from Delaware, addressed the Business Roundtable on Monday morning. We're at an inflection point. I believe in the world economy, not just the world economy, the world. That occurs every 3 or 4 generations. A general told me that 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we've established a liberal world order, and it hasn't happened in a while. A lot of people died, but nowhere near the chaos. Yeah, why is he talking about people dying? Because well, and the world economy, because it's essential. Well, he's saying, like, well, okay, let me finish. So it says now it's time. What now is the time when things are shifting, and there's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. We've got to unite the rest of the free world in doing it. Yeah. So he's saying basically it's a time like that again, where there's going to be a lot of death, but then it's that new world order, and they essentially they're looking to rule after it. To yeah, and that's what the elites are doing. That's what you can see a lot of things playing out to where it's like, okay, with the situation with Ukraine and likely going to be Taiwan as well soon after, with the whole pandemic. It was meant to be done. That was meant to be conquered, and now freedom reigns and whatever, and then the next crisis has come in, and it's like people are really trying to not think about it. And it's kind of you got like a lot of people just going over to Ukraine, like troops and whatnot, and then I say troops, like civilians and just people basically going over to Ukraine to fight. And you're having like American and British citizens getting caught in a crossfire and getting blown the hell up by the Russians. So it's something you can see is gonna increase in scale, and that's World War III for men, and that's hey, it's really it's gonna be continuation of just myriad angles of of how peak is gonna get, because you got the WEF, the World Economic Forum, talking about the Great Reset, and that's something that's been in the background for a while. These men have just been talking, and it's like people you see. I'm like, bro, this is all of the elites from all over just coming together to what's it called? To basically push forward their agendas and work in tandem, all work as one. These guys are all in accord. These guys are all looking to maximize the capabilities. This is what this is in the WEF, World Economic Forum, how the world can reset itself after C19, according to these experts. It says what the Great Reset is a new initiative from the World Economic Forum and His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales. And yeah, the Queen, she got sick like maybe a month ago. They said she got C19, and now she got sick C19, and now she what's it called? And now it's rumors she's ill again. They basically set up they said they came up with a plan for should the Queen die, how Prince Charles is gonna take over and whatnot. And this guy, Prince Charles, he's been eager to get stuck in for a while, and he's really been making a lot of maneuvers, globally with how shit goes down. Funny as hell. Cause yeah, it's more or less a kind of continual thing. And now it's coming into April when you're gonna have that new year, and people are badgering what's this guy in the UK for us, the Chancellor Rishi Sunak. Because of the cost of living is got a fee, and what's it, cost of living, and the fuel prices as well. And it's like the fuel prices are not looking to be made better. And the joke with that is something that's easily mendable as far as from the elites. Same thing with it's easily mendable as far as from the side of the elites. But then what? It's even more so with the cost of living. It's people are getting done out here, man. But they're still rushing to to cities where they're gonna basically be completely obliterated in within those metropolitan areas. That's where it's gonna be even more fucked. So I said the Great Reset is a new initiative from the WEF. Obviously, been around for a while. This is one of the older ones, and Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, to guide decision makers on the path to a more resilient, sustainable world beyond the sea. Yeah, that's let's say the new world order. That's what they said they're looking to bring in. It says the economic fallout from C19 dominates risk perceptions, but there's a unique opportunity to reshape the global economy. Yeah, a unique opportunity to reshape the global economy. They're basically making it so it's like what? Uh, what's called reshape the global economy, because they're looking to basically, bring in that Karagma, that system of the mark, where this current one, you can see it's breaking at the seams, it's quivering, it's shaking, it's barely, you know, kind of hanging on, because more or less all the damage from like 2008, that's still there. All the damage from the onset of the pandemic, that's still there. Like, men have pumped in obscene amounts of money globally. It's not even just like one economy's done it. It's like everyone everywhere has just been printing non-stop wop. So then what? It's like having done that, then it's just like, yo, it's like when the impacts of all that cracking basically coming to naught, that's gonna be felt. Because now it's like when when the national insurance is going up, when the taxes are going up, then it's people gonna be fucked, especially with the bills, like the energy prices going up. Then it's just gonna be a mess. And it's like, not to mention like people driving, and workplace impacts of these things. It's like when your wages are meant to go up, then it's gonna be a myth. Some places might just fucking fold. But okay. Let me Let me skip down. So it says, what with the economic fallout from C19, and even on this, it's talking about most likely fallout for the world, and what prolonged recession, surging bankruptcies, failures of industries, high levels of structural unemployment, tighter restrictions on cross-border movement. Let's say cyber attacks, outbreak of another global outbreak of C19 or different infectious disease, government retention of emergency powers, and or erosion of civil liberties. These are both things that have gone down. It's funny as hell, because it's like, yeah, the what it even says anger with political leaders and distrust of government. That's in the scriptures. But that's why it's like Esau, he's done his research, he's looked into these things, and he's schemed. And this is the thing, is by and large, the vast majority, they're just kind of down. They're just going with the flow. They're not really paying attention. They're just gonna get caught in in the wind. When the Karagma comes out, when the mark comes out, they're just gonna jump on it. They're just gonna be like, yeah, fuck it. It's just whatever. They're gonna be like, yeah, what's his name? They're gonna be thinking about what's his face? Just fusing with AI and all that. Just becoming super. They're thinking it's to their benefit to some means or way. But what it's more about them becoming cattle, because that's what these elites are looking at. That's why all of them are the ones getting together to decide what's going on. They ain't inviting, all the, so-called glory of what the fuck is it called? Democracy. But these men it's set up by Prince Charles, who's who's in British royalty, and he's like, these guys aren't even meant to be getting involved in politics. They're meant to just be figureheads. Meanwhile, he's setting up. He's setting this shit up. That is fucking funny. Ezekiel 28 and 2. It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Most High Power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God. And that's what Esau's doing. He's basically trying to emulate the Most High. He's basically trying to replace the Most High. This is why he thinks he's got these schemes, these plans. He's been putting these things forward. These things are generational plans, man. They've been working on these things for centuries and putting together. they've basically, managed to compile power. They've got their uh, groups where they're getting together. They got the groups where they're getting together, and then what? It's it looks like what do you call it? They get their groups where they're getting together. It looks like what's it called? Like they're gonna get achieve their plans, accomplish what they're hoping for, but it's really only gonna reach a certain point, a certain limit, because as far as is like Esau's Esau, he's the basis of men. He's not built to be ruling the earth, and it's evident having just looking at his earth, man. Everyone's in a completely destroyed mental state. Everyone's in a destroyed situation. You basically have the elites where they're just living and hoarding the majority of the world and their resources to themselves, and then everyone else is more or less is just kind of screwed. They're trying to eke out some kind of living. Meanwhile, the elites are just doing what they do. But Son of Man, son of Hanzal. So it says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel, and there's no secret that can be hid from thee. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures." Yeah. As far as for Esau, he's managed to attain a great amount of great amount of wealth, great amount of capabilities and wisdom. He like I said, he done research. He's looked into these things. He knows how a lot of how to get people's minds, how to get them to accept certain things. Because as far as for now, the way people are accepting, because it mentioned it on there, it said like governments maintaining emergency powers. That's something that more or less all of these governments still have. Because it's like China, they said there's cases again started cropping up. Then man went straight back into lockdown. It's like should it hit a certain level, then what do you call it? There's gonna be people just be like, okay, yeah, just done the thing. We're gonna have to make it. We're basically gonna have to. Well, we're gonna have to make it to where we lock down again. So it says, "By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches." Yeah, Esau's pride is lifted up. That's why he's thinking and this is the thing is Esau knows the scriptures, and it's all about prophecy. Prophecy is gonna completely dominate over whatever he's looking to do. And it's been set from the beginning. That Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of it that follows after. Esau. That's why Esau's doing everything to try and run from being an Edomite. That's something he's trying to not have exist. And then what? He's basically trying to what do you call it? Supplant the blessing, the position of Jake, and that's something that's it's not going to work out in his favor. Because why? It's that what do you say? If you can count the stars in the heaven, or you can the depths of the ocean, then Jacob will cease from being a nation before me. But those are things that are beyond Esau's reach. So it's essentially it's basically just letting you know, hey, look, there's no way you're gonna be able to make it from where Jay can't the once. Therefore, therefore, thus saith the Most High Power, because thou hast set thine heart as a heart of God, behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee to the pits, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. And that's really how it's going to go down. It's just as with Esau, with what do you call it, man? Like with this conflict that we're witnessing come to fruition. Is what it's basically just letting you know, like, hey, look, Esau shit's it's all basically gonna roll how the Lord desires it to go down, man. It's a wash. It's done out. Because all that he's trying to accomplish, prophecy's against it. He's gonna get he's gonna get to a certain point. He's gonna get the charagma, but this guy ain't gonna get the rule, because that's been reserved for Jacob, man. For the Jacob of the Most High, the Israel of the Most High. That's basically who's gonna get it. Real that wisdom. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shem Rakakadash Bakata. Shalom. Shalom.